You struggle with organizational change because you have people that you believe are resistant to change? If you do, you're not alone. Resistance to change is one of the most common reasons leaders give for their organizational change initiatives failing, and one of the reasons that they reach out to us. It doesn't have to be that way. You can prevent and eliminate resistance to change when you adopt and use a readiness mindset. And that's what I want to share with you in this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you how the belief that people resist change is sabotaging your change efforts, and how by adopting a readiness mindset, you can change that. If you are new to this channel, my name is Dr. Dawn Marie Turner. I'm a change leadership coach, trainer, and president of Turner Change Management. I've been helping leaders for over 20 years adopt and use practical science-based strategies for helping create healthier, stronger organizations because of change, and get employees excited to embrace new things. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I put out a new change management video every week to help you create an organization that can thrive in the midst of constant change. Let's get started. Can you think of someone in your organization who you would say, oh yeah, they're resistant to change? If you answered yes, then you are working with a resistant mindset. And it is sabotaging and making change harder in your organization. When you work with a resistant mindset, you create two problems. The first problem is that you perpetuate the myth that people resist change. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, oh, wait a minute, people do resist change. You haven't been in our organization. That may be true. I may not have been in your organization. But people, we, human beings, don't resist change. If we resisted change, think about this for a minute. If we resisted change, then change would be rare. And it's not. We live in a world of constant change. The other thing is we are innately built for curiosity and newness. We even get a little hit of dopamine when we're anticipating something new and excited. You've probably got a phone not too far away from you. The second problem that gets created when you're using a resistant mindset for change in your organization is that it tricks you into seeing resistance in what is the normal human response to change. We are all hardwired for predictability and consistency. Uncertainty is one of the most stressful things for every human being. Different people have different levels of tolerance for uncertainty, but it is stressful for every human being. And every change that you announce in your organization disrupts that usual pattern and has the potential for triggering a threat or a stress response. It's normal for us to react when we face that uncertainty. We also have a built-in negativity bias. So we are naturally more prone to see the risks and identify any potential real or imagined threats and impacts of anything that's new or different on us. That means that when change is introduced, we are going to challenge it. We are going to ask questions and look for why it won't work and what won't work about it and all of those factors. When we're working with a resistant mindset, what happens is those two normal responses collide with our confirmatory bias to create the misperception of resistance. So the change that you announce creates a level of uncertainty. The normal human response to that is to question it and to check and look for what might not work, how. You interpret all of that feedback, those questions and challenges, as negative, as challenging what you want to do in the organization. Your confirmatory bias, that is the bias that we have that checks the information that we're receiving within our scope of our environment to what our belief system goes, oh, well, people are resistant to change. That's your fundamental belief system if you're working with a resistant mindset. All of this negative feedback then gets, quote unquote negative feedback, gets interpreted as evidence of resistance to change, when in reality it is expected and part of the normal response to change. But what happens, because you interpret it as resistance, it leads to all kinds of unproductive, unhelpful responses that sets up the cycle of resistance to change, a very toxic cycle for your organization. The readiness mindset flips this switch. Leaders who are working with a readiness mindset don't believe that people are innately resistant to change. They recognize the curiosity and the capability of people to adapt and respond to change. With a readiness mindset, you're grounded in the belief that when we, all of us as people, recognize the need for change, have internalized that need, align with the outcome, feel prepared, capable, and supported, we can and will move towards something new. Leaders that are working with that mindset then focus on preparing and understanding, interpreting the reactions from the perspective of, what is this telling me about their level of readiness versus validation that people are resistant to change. And that allows us to take different actions and respond in a manner that's more helpful and will allow people to move toward something new and different. Adopting a readiness mindset and approach, it's not easy. And it's also not a magic bullet. Change is hard. It's uncomfortable for everyone, and it takes time. Usually more time than you think you want it to take or it should take. It's largely because leaders start sooner on that change process than your employees will. But we've found in all of the leaders that we've been working with, those leaders that adopt and use a readiness mindset are seeing some incredible results. There are 5 things that happen when you adopt a readiness mindset. First of all, your understanding of the normal human response increases so that you know that you can work with it and you focus on helping people connect and feel prepared and capable to work towards something new. The second thing you do is you create the conditions for building readiness and helping people navigate the journey, which reduces their fear and discomfort of change and makes it easier for them to move towards something new. You're looking for the activities and the kinds of support that they will need to move forward. The third thing that happens is that you interpret comments and questions not as evidence that people are resistant to change, but just as feedback. And as a result, because it becomes feedback about their level of readiness, you feel more informed, more prepared, and have a larger repertoire of tools and activities to support them to continue to move forward. You have information that's going to guide you to support them and allow them to adopt those new activities and behaviors. The fourth thing that happens when you adopt and use a readiness mindset is that you can create a timeline and flexible plan that reflects that level of readiness, which allows you to pivot if needed. You can adjust your activities, but keep moving toward the desired outcome. Keep your team and the people moving toward adopting those new activities. You experience less stress, less frustration, and the momentum and motivation continues, even though you might slow down or do a few things differently. So you can still create that momentum and movement toward your desired outcome. The fifth thing that happens when you adopt and use a readiness mindset is that you set your organization up to handle and accept future changes with greater ease, which increases your ability to respond and interact in a dynamic environment. You have the ability to create and maintain a healthy, strong organization. Become change ready in your organization. Breaking the toxic cycle of resistance to change can only be done when you focus on building readiness. It may seem a little counterintuitive, but using a readiness mindset to focus on ensuring people feel prepared instead of managing resistance enables easier, faster, and more stable change in your organization. If you're struggling with change in your organization, or you'd like to develop new skills and discover how to use the readiness mindset to create healthy, stronger organizations because of change, check out the description box below. I have lots of free and paid resources that will help you. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.